All right, we're going to be going over a quick debrief at the operational level for the last mission. So essentially, this is what's supposed to have happened. You've got the LHA and the CSG, so the carrier and the LHA out in the ocean here, as you can see where the Harrier and the F-18 icons are marked. Harriers are supposed to take off and conduct a seed strike. Simultaneously, the F-16s from the UAE are supposed to do a fighter sweep into the strait. Now, there's supposed to be two flights of F-16s doing these fighter sweeps out into the strait to the north as well as to the northwest, and these are to screen and destroy any enemy fighters that we can anticipate coming from the north. We're anticipating possibly F-14s, possibly MiG-21s, possibly MiG-29s, and the plan is for a fighter engagement to occur here before any Iranian forces can interrupt us. After the seed strike is done by the Harriers, they return to the LHA. Once that seed strike is complete, we now have armed reconnaissance flights flying in, SCAR flights flying in, as well as a TARCAP flight that is supposed to be up at this entire time, including during the seed strike, so F-18s flying TARCAP. As these seed strikes are going in, more Hornets are starting to take off and come in to do close air support. About the time the Hornets are supposed to be getting there, they drop their bombs for close air support and leave. The seed aircraft and the armed reconnaissance and the SCAR aircraft drop their bombs and leave. And as these aircraft are all checking out on station, the F-18 TARCAP then turns around and leaves. So that was the plan. That's what was supposed to happen. Obviously, we all know that isn't close to what actually happened. So as I reset the board here, we'll talk about what actually happened. Got to get the LHA marked here, as well as the carrier. All right, what actually happened? A single division F-16s took off to conduct a fighter sweep as planned. Unfortunately, just a section of Tomcats launched, as did a division of MiG-21s. Our TARCAP launched on time and got established over Fujairah. Unfortunately, the entire F-16 division got completely annihilated by the F-14s, and it wasn't even a speed bump for the F-14s. The Harriers launched their missions to conduct SEAD over Fujairah, as well as SCAR. Like I said, that TARCAP mission was on station, but the MiG-21s came in from the north, so the TARCAP began moving north to protect against the MiG-21s. You'll see some, if you remember, some ship SAMs firing off while the F-18s are engaging the MiG-21s to the north. Simultaneously, we now have CAS flights taking off of the carrier coming into check-in station, where this Tomcat flight barely even hit that speed bump and starts moving in. Our F-18 TARCAP eliminates the MiG-21s and then turns around because they are now bingo fuel. The F-14s continue coming in and start engaging Harriers, where our TARCAP, despite being bingo fuel, turns back around to engage the F-14s. We take some losses from Harriers, the F-18s move in, and between a combination of maneuver kills and the ships, the F-14s are eliminated. Now running on fumes, the TARCAP returns to the ship and barely makes it back to the ship, 400 pounds of gas. About this time is when our CAS sections are starting to check in for both the Hornets and what remains of our SCAR flights and SEAD flights are returning the ship. Also around this time, more CAS flights are taking off from the carrier, and more CAS flights from Harriers are checking in on station as well. More MiG-21s launch from their air bases, and more F-14s launch from their air bases and begin moving to the south. At this time, we have no TARCAP available. Hornets are dropping bombs, Harriers are dropping bombs, and Hornets are checking out the station, exiting. We get the final sorties from both Harriers and Hornets, checking in, dropping bombs, and then getting out. And about this time is when pretty much everybody says, fuck it, I'm going home. Harriers and Hornets are wrapping up, finishing up. MiG-21s and the F-14s that did come in to reinforce decide it's not worth the effort, and they go home as well.